Okay. All of you are welcome to the Monday meditation class at BSV. Today, my turn. So I am conducting today meditation, guided meditation class here. Okay, first I will remind the all important points related to this meditation for having a successful meditation. So we have to keep in mind some basic things. So we have to remind ourselves, so then it is easy, it is helpful to having a successful meditation. So this, when we are practicing meditation, we mainly focus our attention to our body. That is the initial part of this practicing meditation. Sometimes you may select any external object like light or color, disc or something like that. That is also possible. But today I am actually, that is what I mostly practice, and I used to practice this breath meditation. So, and Lord Buddha always described this meditation. So that's why I mostly prefer to talk about this breath meditation. And Lord Buddha explained in suttas how this practice bring to a deeper stages. So that's why I much more comfortable in teaching this breath meditation. So anyway, so the first thing, according to the Buddhist meditation practices, you just focus your attention to your body. And the purpose of this meditation is release our five senses from this release our five senses from this world. That means all from our mind. Mind release from the five senses. So then the mind pay attention to the objects related to mind, not the five sense objects. So that's why first, for detaching from the five senses, we pay attention to our body, our inner feelings, perceptions. So normally in our day-to-day life, we don't focus our attention to our inner world. So that means the feelings, perceptions, and bring our attention to one thing, not letting it scatter in the different other objects or the different objects. Yes, when mind take the external objects, so it goes everywhere. So once we focus our attention to our body and the breath, so we keep our attention in one object. That is, we unify our attention to one thing. And we stop scattering mind in many different objects. So this is a training. This is kind of a training we are giving to our mind. So most of you are already meditation practitioners, so you know all these basic things. So when we are practicing meditation, we just bring our attention to body or to the breath. And when we are living in this world, we always have priorities. So when we are working or living in our home or doing jobs, so many things we encounter and many different experience we get. Sometimes mind enjoy these things or worrying about these things. So these things are registered in our mind and come back again and again. So when we are practicing meditation, these things actually make us worrying or fall into a lot of wantings. I want this thing, want that thing. So when we are practicing meditation, we just cut off all this thinking, cut off all the objects come to our mind related to this five sense world. We focus our attention to this mind world. So the stillness, calmness, tranquility, peace of mind, these things we are going to enjoy when we are practicing meditation. We cut off all these five sense world objects and let go. We don't pay attention to those things when we are practicing meditation. If you pay attention to those things, then mind never get a rest. Mind never become peaceful, calm and quiet. So this development of this mind in this way is really helpful. You give a rest to your mind when you are practicing meditation. Stop running around with the different kind of thoughts, thinking, all these things. We stop. We pause and just keep attention on one thing, one object. And we keep attention on one object, not to investigate or not to understand or not to learn something, but to keep in one object, to enjoy the present moment, to whatever thing we are experiencing now. And we don't worry if any obstruction come to our mind, because we take at the beginning this body and mind as a natural phenomena. It is not belongs to me. There is no I, me, myself. So it is a natural phenomena. We take like that. So then we always be kind to our body and mind. Whatever thing arises in this moment, we don't worry. We just sometimes mind will distract by these external things, or that means the thoughts come to our mind. But we don't worry. Once we understand, we just bring back our attention to our meditation object. We always be kind to our body and mind. We have to maintain that attitude towards our body and mind. So it is then we are always comfortable. We are always happy. We are always contented. If we get worried, or if we are unhappy about whatever thing happening now, so it is a hindrance. It is a hindrance to our practice. So we have to keep in mind that these basic things. So always we just enjoy the silent stillness of our body and mind. We watch the breath object and keep the unity of mind, and enjoy the stillness, enjoy the tranquility, enjoy the peace of mind. So that is what we are doing when we are practicing meditation. So we have to keep in mind these basic things. So we are not going to get anything. We are not going to learn anything. We are not going to get the wisdom or something. Just enjoy the present moment by stop thinking, letting go. Enjoy the silent stillness of mind. That's the thing. Once you achieve this goal, and when we develop that skills to make our mind peaceful, calm and quiet, and go to deep stillnesses, so then you learn a lot. How we become peaceful, how to avoid go into too much thinking and anger, fall into anger, hatred, this kind of things, and unhappiness. How we learn how to leave it alone, let them fade away to the background, and just enjoy the present moment stillness. So it is a skill. It is really beneficial for the health of our mind and health of our body. So that's why it is good. It is useful. So it is worthy to practice, develop these skills. So we have to keep in mind these are the basic things we have to remind ourselves. So we are not going to worry what happened in the past. We are not going to think about what I'm going to do or going to get in future. So past has gone, finished. So no need to worry. things, the world is world. So the future arise always based on the causes and conditions and arise in future. So whatever thing we are thinking may not work in future. So that's why we cut off the value of thinking now, for the time being, for the practice, for practicing letting go everything and just enjoy the silent stillness in the present moment. So then we just focus attention to the present moment, whatever thing we are experiencing in the present moment. So it is when we focus our attention to our breath or our body. First, we scan our body to to make our body comfortable. So then relax all muscles and make the body comfortable. And then we focus our attention to the breath, because that is the only object we can see when we focus to the breath. That is the last object. Because when we stop thinking, when we stop thinking about the past or future or whatever thought comes to our mind, we just don't pay attention to those thoughts. We just keep our attention on the breath. So the meditation object. So that is the basic things I would like to remind you. So then now I will start the guided meditation. So first of all, you can sit comfortably. So you can adjust your legs, and if you like to sit on a chair, if it is more comfortable for you, you can sit on a chair. And first thing, you have to bring attention to your body. Forget all the external world, all whatever happened in the past, what will happen in the future, or what you have to do tomorrow. All these things we cut off and let go. We just pay attention to focus our attention to the body. And you can scan your body from toe to head. Slowly scan and relax all your muscles. It is helpful to the meditation, because when your body properly relaxed, so all muscles relaxed, you can sit comfortably for this next 45 minutes. Carefully, slowly move your attention from toe to head in both legs. First start from legs and relax all muscles. Make them comfortable. Focus your attention to the body and just do the scanning. If any thoughts come, don't pay attention to the thoughts. Don't give any importance. Cut off the importance of any thought come to your mind. If you see any the painful points in your body, you can try to adjust your legs, hands, or anything, and little bit twist and see to try to reduce the pains. If there's any pains arise in your body, or just don't pay attention to the inner talk. So let the inner talk fade away and disappear. Keep your attention on breath. Keep your attention on your body first to let it comfortable. Enjoy the silent stillness of your body and mind. Pay attention to the silent stillness. Enjoy it. So see the delight of this silent stillness. Bring a smile to your face. The smiley face makes the mind relaxed more. So it is a method. So to make your mind more light and comfortable and joyful. Keep attention on the whole body and enjoy the silent stillness of your body. If thoughts come to your mind, don't worry. When you understand the thoughts came, so just once you understand, bring back your attention to your body and enjoy. Don't worry. Be kind to your body and mind. Always keep kindfulness to your body and mind. Let the things be and keep your attention, focus your attention to the silent stillness of your body and just enjoy the peacefulness of your body and mind. whatever thing you feel, just don't pay attention to those, the external objects or the unhappiness or anything arise in your mind. Just bring your attention to the tranquility of your body and mind. So the mind sometimes take objects, and sometimes the unhappiness or something else may arise. Don't worry. Let it. Don't pay attention to it. Let it fade away to the background. So when you are paying attention to your body, if you can see your breath clearly, keep attention on breath. Just watch which direction breath is going. No need to pay attention to the touch, touch of the breath somewhere. But only keep attention on your perception. You will perceive which direction is breath is going, whether it is going in or out. Just focus your attention to the breath. If you can clearly see, clearly perceive the breath. Enjoy the silent stillness of your body and mind. Be happy, be contented, whatever thing you are experiencing now, just keep your attention on breath. Enjoy the tranquility of your mind. How do you feel now? How peaceful you are. How much you enjoy the silent stillness of your body and mind. Now we are reaching to the end of this meditation session. I will ring the gong 3 times. Then you can slowly come out of the meditation. So now, if you have any questions, you can ask now. So regarding this meditation. So
Hi.
hi.
I usually, when I meditate, I've got this habit of doing it lying down.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if there's specific benefits to doing it seated. If like you would tell someone if they asked, if they were wondering, I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to switch to seated, if there's like a certain more conducive. So I don't know, because I haven't tried it that much. I've just, got sort of ideas in my head, and I've read something once where it said, if it's easier to stand up, then, if it's easier to sit than stand up, then sit. If it's easier to lie down than sit, then lie down. And I just find it's the comfiest, natural. Yeah, I've heard some people say you can sort of might fall asleep when you try doing that, but I don't get that.
Yeah.
But I'm just mind hearing some feedback on that. Thanks.
Yeah, when you lie down, are you going to sleep? No.
Oh, no, I just like to say if I've got a spare time in the morning or day or whenever I set aside time for meditating.
Yeah.
Just be in bed,
Yeah.
just lying down, straight back.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, the lying down meditation is okay if you are not falling into sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, it is okay. The only important thing is the calming down your mind, not distract or scatter your mind in many different other the thoughts. So you bring your mind to one point, one object, and then the mind become calm down and tranquil, still. So then you enjoy the stillness. The purpose of this meditation is you just calming down your mind and enjoy the stillness. Because if you don't enjoy those mental states, your mind not inclined to those practices, or you never develop it to deeper stages. Yeah. So the important thing is you have to condition your mind to enjoy the stillness, not thinking, not understanding. Just enjoy whatever thing you are experiencing now. So that's the most important thing. You just watch carefully, diligently watch what is happening within in your mind, and just let the things be. Like you are watching the sky, the clouds are passing. You don't try to control these clouds, because clouds are clouds. You don't have any authority to control these things. In the same way, the thoughts come to your mind, also a natural phenomena. You should not try to control these things, but let the things rise and pass away. Let the things pass away. Just because most of the time we try to control these things, or we try to engage with these things, give an importance to this, whatever thing come to our mind. But when we are practicing meditation, we let go everything. Just enjoy the stillness. Whatever, if you entertain these thoughts, or you indulge or engage with these thoughts, then you are no more experiencing the tranquility, peacefulness. Your mind is running up and down and start working again. So you stop all work, all doing of your mind when we are practicing meditation. So that is the training. So give a rest to our mind. That is the main purpose of meditation. Give a deep rest. Not thinking. Stop all thinking. Cut off value of all the thoughts come to our mind. So that's why it is important to it is an important thing to develop the attitude, develop the attitude towards our mentality, mind, thoughts, whatever thing come to our mind. We just pause, let go, let them fade away to the background and enjoy the stillness. So this is a kind of a skill we develop. So it is really beneficial to us, to the health of our mind. So the posture is okay if you are not falling to sleep.
Yeah, that's just the only thing I've read about it. I just was curious, though, not having both points of view. Just one quick question.
Yes, ask.
Thank you. So is it? It's hard to sort of determine cause and effect with when there's multiple things going on in life.
Yeah.
You say it's a normal thing. If you've got a meditation practice,
Yeah.
for your mind to sort of quieten a bit from being in that sort of that spacious, that stillness for long times, and thoughts arise less and less.
Then his mind get calmed down slowly. Still. That is the important thing. It is really, it is like a medicine to our mind. It is kind of a very good practice, like give a rest to your body. If you are working all the time, your body get tired and painful. Once you give a rest to your body, then the body becomes strong and powerful. So then you can do anything. So once you sleep and give a good rest to your body. In the same way, when you practice meditation, you give a good rest to your mind. Stop all doing. Stop all thinking. So it is make your mind more healthy. So that is the important thing. Then the next thing is, when your mind become calm and quiet, when you pay attention to anything, your mind is clear. So you can understand a lot of things. Whatever thing you see, you perceive a lot. So this is also another benefit of practicing meditation. So then you pay attention to your body or whatever object come to your mind, you get a clear understanding because your mind is calm. It is not distracted by different other thoughts. It is just, you can focus to one thing and get more data from that object. So it is one of the benefits of these things. You can understand, your mind is clear, not distracted.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, okay.
So when I meditate, I get like that sense of the mind quietens down a lot, the internal chatter, and it's like that silence, and it's nice, and all those sort of benefits. But one thing that can come up in day-to-day practice is a bit of maybe sloth or torpor or a bit of dullness.
Yeah.
Are there any sort of, I guess, antidotes or things you might prescribe for that sort of a hindrance if it comes up in day-to-day I meet life. I try to be kind to myself and stuff, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just wondering about that really.
Yeah, this sometimes this sloth and torpor can come if you are tired. So don't worry, just let it be. Just try to watch the meditation object. If you're watching the breath or watching the body or any other object, you just watch. But sometimes you fall into sloth and torpor. Don't worry. It is a part of the system. It is a natural phenomena. It is just flow like that. Once you understand, then your mind wake up and they bring attention back to the object. That's all. Don't worry. The worrying is a hindrance. Worrying is the bad thing. So just accept as it is. That's all. Then you are contented. Otherwise you are discontented. That is not good. That is not helpful to the practice. Whatever thing you are doing in your life, if you are discontented, you are unhappy, you no more you want to do it again or to develop in that thing. So you try to avoid it and try to do something else. That is the nature of mind. So that's why you should understand to avoid this the discontent. Because you expect things, your mind should behave this way or that way. So you should not expect the things. So just accept as it is and be kind to your mind. So then you enjoy. You just try, then when you are watching peacefully, calmly, and without worrying, so then you understand why these things arise like this. So then you don't worry. You just let it arise and pass away, because none of these states of minds are permanent. These things come and go. It is the way how things works. That is the way this mind works. So once we understand this nature, we don't worry. We just let it come and let it go. We don't try to control. We don't worry these things. So then we have much more soft, kind, gentle mind, because we learn from our experiences. So only thing when you listen to these things, so then you inspire to do it and try out and let things rise and let things pass away. Then once you try out and you see how things come and go, then after that you don't worry. You just let things come and go. All these things arise based on causes and conditions and each and every moment. So if you work hard and you do jobs, and sometimes you work in your day-to-day life as normal, but sometimes you encounter difficult situations, difficult encounters. Some people speak to you roughly, or sometimes you get unhappy, whatever thing happened. So then your mind obsessed by those thoughts. When you sit for meditation, just don't worry, just let it rise and pass away. No need to pay attention to these things, because when you are practicing meditation, we are practicing letting go. Let the things fade away to the background. So that's what we are doing. We are not going to pay attention to those thoughts. Just we pay attention to the stillness. Enjoy the stillness. We are now for enjoying the stillness. This is the time for enjoying stillness. Just forget about all others. So that kind of attitude you have to develop when you are practicing meditation. Just then you forget about everything and just enjoy the present moment. Yeah.
It's the main sort of insight, but once I started seeing benefits in my life and that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But I guess realizing that there's always going to be ups and downs and little things that cause and effect. And it has a nature of resolving itself.
Yeah, that's it.
So, there's just been much wine.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was really good.
Yeah. This is life. All these things come and go. That is the thing. That's why Lord Buddha say this. Sometimes if you carefully try to understand the nature of this mind, so ultimately, actually there is no actually value. We value for the time being. These values are not fixed with us. So today we value to do these things. Oh, this is valuable, this is good. After sometimes it's just wasting time. No, just let it be. We go to something else. Because our values always updating, changing to different states. When we reflect back the past from small age or the last month, what we value at the beginning and how these values change, how we think about people and how the thoughts change to a different states. So these feelings, perceptions, volitions always rolling to the future. So these things are changing all the time. So when we understand this nature, then we are much more careful about not to worry about whatever thing happening now. So we use these feelings, perceptions, volitions for our day-to-day work or day-to-day living, day-to-day dealing with people. But we ultimately understand no actually deep value of these things. Because these are not fixed things, permanent things. Even our mind, our thinking, whatever perceptions arise in this moment, whatever feelings arise in this moment are not permanent. Whatever choices arise in our mind is not permanent. These things change. So then, when we understand this nature of our mind, so we should be careful not to indulge with these things. But we can use in your day-to-day life, because the day-to-day life you are living in whatever place or doing work, engage with the work in this five sense world. We have to work, we have to do, we have to make decisions. But it is for the present moment only, for the current situation. But after some time, you see the faults or the wrong choices or all these things. So no need to worry, because all these feelings, perceptions, volitions arise based on the causes and conditions at that moment. When the moment change, new causes and conditions arise, and your feelings, perceptions come to different level. Your choices change to different level. So that's why it is the nature, it is the way how things happen. So no need to worry. Just work out, face to the life. But you have to, when you understand these things, you are not much worried about these things. And you know, whatever thing you do, there is no end. And when you reach to your death, you know whatever foolish things you did in this life, and you know how to live better than this life. So when you go to that, you have that kind of understanding. So it is a part of the system. That's why Lord Buddha say, this consciousness, going to following this consciousness, i.e. a nose, tongue, body, mind consciousness, is like running behind the mirage. So always it is going in front of you. You see the water in front of you when running behind the mirage. But it is always the delusion of our vision. So that's why Lord Buddha say, no need to worry. Just let go the whole consciousness. So first, when we are practicing meditation, we let go the five sense world consciousness, and we liberate our mind from the five sense world. So that's what we are doing in this meditation. So that's why we pay attention to one thing and let go all others. So then we liberate our mind from the five sense world. So once we go to the deeper stages of this meditation, we clearly understand these five senses give the objects related to the five. Eye take the sights, ear take the sounds, smells, taste, touches, take from these five senses. So once we focus attention to the mental objects, that's the fine material, the light, and we go into the light and go into the stillness in the light. So we let go the five sense world. We liberated from the five sense world. We have no worries there related to the five sense world objects. We just enjoy the stillness. So then you understand the liberation of this five sense world. Then you no more worrying about these five sense world objects when you go there. So when we are adverting these five senses and five sense objects through our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind also engage with these five sense world objects and thinking about these things and making thoughts regarding the future and past. So all the engagement with the five sense world. So once we go to the light and the stillness, so we understand this liberation from these five sense world objects. So that's why Lord Buddha says, when we experience these things, we clearly understand why we suffer. Because these five sense consciousnesses and all objects come through these five sense consciousnesses. So then we learn to let go and free our mind from this five sense world. As a human, we are using five senses. When we live this human life, so we can, if we are no more attachment to these five senses, then we liberate from five senses and go and born in a different realm. So this is something deep, and so we can understand these things in a deep sense when we develop the mind to the outer body experiences. So it is something deep. So that's why this is a path to experience the liberation from five senses and enjoy the stillness of the mind. So then it makes the worldly benefits. So that's why it is more popular among the people. But it gives more other deep benefits. That means it can use to develop the wisdom related to this existence of this as a human, and what you get by this human existence, and how you suffer when you exist as a human. All these things you can understand. How suffering arises, how suffering ceases. These things we can understand when we practice meditation to deeper stages. So that is one of the deep aspects of this practice. Okay, ask question. Patience. Yeah. Patience is an important thing for practicing meditation. Actually, this meditation is a method to cultivate that skill of patience. Let go things. Because the patience arises in our mind if you first can cut off the object from the mind. If it is obsessed in your mind, if you're thinking, then the patience to make the patience is difficult to give rise the patience, because when you are thinking, the intentions come very fast. So we have to stop these intentions arising in our mind, or the choices, or the different kind of thoughts. These thoughts is the basic thing. So when we develop the skill to stop this thinking process, it is the most important, it is most helpful thing to develop the patience. Patience become difficult if you are thinking. So then the thoughts obsess in your mind, then the strong intentions arise. Then no more patience. Sometimes your verbal actions or bodily actions just pop up within yourself if your mind is obsessing, or your mind is running fast. So that's why the patience is just calming down and let the things be. Let the things fade away and disappear. Then you can wait. The things, then you can watch how things rise and pass away. These things you can watch, you can wait. So practicing meditation is the most helpful thing to let the things fade away and disappear. So the patience, you are actually practicing the patience.
Thank you, Bhante. We do have a couple of online questions. I might just might be able to get to one of them. What convinces you in meditation that there is reincarnation?
Yeah, the understanding doing.
Yeah, might be kind of related to what you were talking about, like the very deep states of.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, this kind of things, you can understand this reincarnation or go to another existence, how it happens. You can understand when a person practices to the deeper stages of meditation. That means when according to the Buddha's teachings, we can clearly say. So then, and the people present day also experience these things, and the scientists all do research work also regarding these things. So when this mind become calm and still, and focus to this mind realm objects, and go deeper stages of meditation, means the jhana meditation. Then go to the deep tranquility, and apart from these five sense world objects. So go to those deep stages, your mind come to a different state of existence. That means not beyond this five sense world. So in those stages, your mind is not limited to this human body. It is not, actually mind is not within the brain, basically what we say. Because the scientists do research and they found that brain stop when you go to the deeper stages of meditation. Brain and heart stop. So the whole, this human body stop at that. They say they go to the clinical death. But they exist in a different place. So they experience their outer body experiences. That means they go beyond this body and they exist in a different realm. So they see, they listen. They can listen. They can see this world. And they can quickly go very far away places. Sometimes the person in United States go to Russia. That kind of things has happened and recorded. And they can swiftly go to whatever place they want within seconds. So these things explain in Buddhism also. The Buddha's teachings also, in suttas explain these things. So the next important thing is when the mind comes to that kind of states, they can recollect their past. Sometimes where they lived in their past lives. Lord Buddha say this kind of when you develop your mind to those states, you can recollect thousands of lives, your past lives, where you lived, which kind of existence you had in previous thousands of existences. You can reflect back and recollect. So it is an important experience. Then you understand how these intentions arise to go to the next. Why you reborn as a human in this life? You can find out. Why you choose your parents, your mother, father. These things you can clearly understand how it goes because you can recollect past. Even the present life, you can recollect to the small age. Even doing some level of meditation, not having this outer body experience level like meditation, but even the level below that, the meditation, the deep depth below that level, can recollect your small age friends and what have happened. All these things you have very clear picture you can get. Even the lower level, lower depth meditation also. Once you go to this depth, that means the fourth jhana level, and then go to the outer body experiences. These are very deep levels. Those levels are very, very. The people go and come back from those levels. They have a very clear understanding about this, what happened and how things works. These things. Then you can understand why people go life to life, and that means once you pass away this life, and why want to reborn again in somewhere else, or so to experience these things. So that depends on your choices and the strength of those choices and supporting factors to these things. That means supporting factors also important because those things all arise based on the skills you develop in this life. So that's why when you are enjoying this jhana meditation, according to Buddhism, if they enjoy, so that is, then they attach to those states. And once this body go to death, they go and reborn on jhana realms. There's the existence. Those existences have very long lifespans. So sometimes the eons and eons they lived in those existences, those realms. So these things exist according to Buddha. So the people who develop to those states of mind and they can directly experience or directly understand these things. So that's why Lord Buddha encouraged us to develop mind to deep stages.
So what realms are those?
What?
Realms are those when you reach to jhana state? Do you know the name of the realm?
Yeah, they according to Buddhism, explain these jhana realms, and the different religions teach in different ways. But in Buddhism also, the 32 planes of existences, Lord Buddha explained. Yeah. So these higher states of existences have long lifespans. So Hinduism also give the similar these realms of existences. So they say once you go there, you live very long life. But if they don't understand the reality of these existences, because always you experience something and you are attached to these states of existences, but your mind is not a fixed thing. It is always enjoy one thing, and then once you get fed up with those experiences, you want to get a different kind of experience. Then you are watching something else. So if you are eating the same food every day, you want to eat something else. But presently you are eating most favorite food, but you are fed up with those food after some time. Then you want to see something, you want to enjoy something else. So that kind of things happen when you enjoy your senses. That's why Lord Buddha say you have to reflect. You have to understand the nature of this consciousness. It is how it works, and there is no end of these experiences. It leads to suffering. Once you fed up with whatever thing you are getting now, then you have to spend your time, and you have to go to different things. So then you have to do things. So then you suffer because you don't want this one. So suffering arises because one thing you don't want. So it is the nature of mind. That's why Lord Buddha says you should understand this nature of mind. This is just running behind mirage. So just understand, to achieve this total cessation of this mental process. So that's why Lord Buddha show the people to investigate correctly. And then you understand the nature of this conscious process. And then you fed up with this process. Then you develop your mind to the total cessation. Once you experience the total cessation, then you compare the cessation and experience. Then you no more. Then you clearly understand the difference of these things, and you are no more value this experiencing these things. So that means the conscious, you cut off the whole value to this consciousness. So you no need to have any more consciousness. Once you end this existence, you have no craving to any more existences. So then it goes to the total cessation. Lord Buddha compare this one to the candle or the oil lamp. So when the oil finish or the heat remove from the lamp, though the flame go to extinguish the flame. That means the causes and conditions stop, finish. So then the flame automatically disappears. So no more existence. When the causes and conditions are there, the flame is there.
Is this true that, like doing meditation, so having so is this true that one can quickly grow in meditation in the human body as compared to the higher realms?
No, the important thing is, the difference between the higher realms and here is, you can easily contemplate about the suffering, because you have a lot of suffering here, as a human. So that's why you can develop the right view easily when you live as a human, because you experience the suffering here. So you can reflect on why this suffering arises, what are the causes and conditions. So then when you develop it to the jhana levels, so then you see the extinguishment of suffering when you are attaining jhanas. So how these things extinguish. Again, how these things come back. When we come back to the five sense world, these things we can directly experience. So then we can understand. Once you go to that jhana level, so once you born there, so these are very long lifespan and they are always happy. They don't get much unhappiness. That's why they have long lifespans. They live there long time. So they don't feel any unhappiness there. Once after long time they get unhappy. Once they get unhappy, they go to somewhere else, because they have the ability to go to the lower realms and do something better. Or that better means that is your perception. Because you have your past life experiences, you have your past life the choices. So that is what called karma. These past life choices come when you are fed up with that enjoyment. So this past life karma comes and give you inspiration. Okay, you go and do something good for the humans, do something good for the other living beings. So then you come back here and fall into again suffering. This is all created by consciousness. So there is no end. Then you start suffering. Then you try to find out liberation from suffering. Again you go around and round. So that's why Lord Buddha say, even you develop your mind to go to these jhana realms, there is no end. According to Hinduism, that you can develop the mind to the Brahma realm. Brahma realm is the very long lifespan there. I am not sure. I am not much understanding about these things. But according to the teachings, the people can develop to those higher states of existences, and they live eons and thousands of eons. They can live there. But ultimately, they fed up with those existences and they come to different existences. Because they have the past karma. That means the past choices. So these things come back and they go to different existences. That's why Lord Buddha say, when you achieve this total cessation and then you compare wisely why these things arise and what is the purpose of this consciousness, then you cut off the value of these conscious experiences. Whatever experiences you have now, you cut off the value. You know, there is no end. These things change. These are not fixed things. These are changed to different states. It is a part of the system. This is how it works.
I heard in this story that in some of the lower realm, there was a well-developed Buddhist monk, but he forgot he was a well-developed Buddhist monk. And the other monk who was enlightened, he came he was flying through hell, and he saw just the robe of that. He saw the robe and he got enlightened just by looking at the robe. Is it true?
Because if he recollect what he learned, this Buddhism, so sometimes then they reflect correctly. That means they reflect according to Buddhism about what they are experiencing and how these choices and the nature of these choices, these are impermanent stuff. These are subject to change. These are not under I, me, myself control. It is a natural flow of happening things. So then you just let go everything.
Is that like if you let go
Yeah.
of the identification
Yeah.
of the false self? You know,
Yeah.
the identification of the me.
Yeah.
And we're addicted
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But the me is a false identity
Yes.
that we have developed.
Yeah.
So that causes us suffering all the time.
Yeah.
We're protecting the me.
Yeah.
But when through meditation
Yeah.
we're able to, as you said, to become tranquil and
Yeah.
see more clearly,
Yeah.
we can withdraw our consciousness from the identification of the false me.
Yeah.
So in that situation, we would then be much freer
Yeah.
to then be in the other, realms or existence.
Yeah.
We'd be free.
Yeah.
But we're so addicted to the sense or
Yeah.
the senses of me.
Yeah.
But it's false because we've just been conditioned from when we were little children,
Yeah.
from society and our parents.
Yeah.
So would you say that then in meditation,
Yeah.
it gives us more...
Clear. Now, the important thing is this when we are practicing this meditation to the deeper stages, according to Buddhism, the reality is when we go to the jhana realms, these five sense world consciousnesses are totally ceased. These five senses are ceasing and stopping. So totally extinguished at that moment, these five senses. Once you come back to your five senses, when you are coming back to the five senses, you see how it come back, why it come back. You reflect, you advert these five senses as yours, So you take this body as yours, and you have the wanting within this your consciousness. This you are dependent on these five senses. You enjoy these five senses. You want to associate with these five senses objects. That is why it comes back to the five senses, five sense world. You have the attachments, clutching. Not only that, it is so many different things. Actually, not only these five sense world objects, but the enjoyment there. So reliance on this five sense world, and you have a lot of attachments to the five sense existence. Yes. Not only the current objects, but the itself, the existence, the five sense world. So then you can clearly understand why we attach to these five senses and how we were deluded by the five senses. Because when we associate with five senses, whatever thing you see, I saw. Because I is there. That's why the consciousness always deluded. It is a part of the system. That's why it is the basic thing. So that's why Lord Buddha say this consciousness arises based on delusion. Avijja paccaya sankara, sankara paccaya vijnana. The avijja is the delusion is the deepest thing. Therefore, we advert the five senses. It is a part of the consciousness. It is a part of the system. Then it advert, and then the consciousness arises. The consciousness is always arise based on the external objects, external faculties, internal faculties. Then consciousness arise. That depends on the conditions of the external faculties and conditions of the internal faculties. Internal faculties means eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. The external faculties is sight, sound, smells, taste, touches. Depending on those conditions of the external faculties and internal faculties, consciousness arises. Lord Buddha says there is no fixed consciousness. If you investigate within yourself, this consciousness is changed time to time regarding the same object. Why consciousness change? Because your internal faculties also change all the time regarding the same external object. But the internal faculties change, therefore consciousness change. Consciousness is not a fixed thing. It arises based on causes and conditions. internal causes and conditions, external causes and conditions. So that's why Lord Buddha say, this consciousness is something like a mirage. You are just running behind this mirage. It is always changing thing. You should not delude it to this one. So just use, because you are already a human, just use it for your day-to-day work. But don't be deluded to this one. Just let it fade away, let it disappear. Just try to release from this. First thing is the five sense world, the consciousnesses. So then you understand how things arise and how things ceases. These things you can directly experience once you develop how to liberate from the five senses. That means you are going to the jhana realms. Once you go to the jhana realms, you are liberated from five senses. So then once it is, but you are liberated temporarily, but you are attached to this five sense world. You are attached to this human life. So that's why mind come back to these five senses. Mind advert these five senses and revive this sense world, five sense world. It is a process. It is a natural, the flow of happening things. So when it is happening again and again, you clearly understand why we come back to the five sense world. So then that's why Lord Buddha says, Samudaya Dhammanupassiva viharati, Vaya Dhammanupassiva viharati. Samudaya Vaya Dhammanu. So how things arise, how things ceases, we clearly understand. Is these things arise because delusion? we use the delusion.
So
it is a part of the system.
So they arise,
Yeah.
say from memories.
Yes.
Memories.
Yes.
And then consciousness goes on the memories.
Yeah.
Kind of grabs it, makes it connect.
Yeah, it is a flow of happening. It is automatically connected and revive this machine. That means the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body.
And then you get all the feelings.
Yeah,
You feel they're real because they're feeling.
Yeah.
But if consciousness didn't go to the memory,
Yeah.
and you let it go all the time, as you said before, to let it go,
Yeah.
then consciousness can be in just its pure existence.
No. Actually, what happens is, when you let go these five sense world objects, so then you are not going, no more paying attention to these five sense world. Then you only focus to the mind world objects, the realm objects. So then your mind is go through to that set of objects. So then what will happen? This five sense world body go to cessation. So that's why when we go to the deeper stages of meditation, this five sense world stop. So this human body stops. That's what the scientists now do research and understand. So this human body stops. But the mind exists in a different level, different existence. So that's why they can have the outer body experiences. So they can go anywhere. So it is a different kind of body. Scientists don't know what is that. So it can't explain by science. At the moment, the current science is not. They say that is paranormal. That is paranormal. So they have a lot of evidences for this phenomena. So even the ND is also the same. They do the same thing. When the body stops, they exist in a different place.
From the name of this Dr. Murphy, he has collected all those experiences and put it in one book.
Yeah, that is an early book.
Early book,
Yeah, but later they have done a lot of experience, their research work. Okay, good. Now we can stop, no? Okay.